I am Satya. Today I will explain basics in MATLAB. First, let me explain some matrix operations. To create a simple vector, we put numbers in this square bracket, which will create a vector. And to add a scalar to every element in the vector, we simply add a number to it, which will add the number to every element in the vector. To create a 5 by 5 matrix, we should separate the rows using semicolon. Then the matrix will be created. To create a transpose of the matrix of X, we have a function, transpose function. We can also use X dash, which will make the matrix transpose. Y is the transpose of X. To multiply two matrices, we use star operator, which will multiply these two matrices, and this is the multiplied matrix. To only multiply the elements of these two matrices, we use dot star operator. So this is the corresponding matrix where elements are multiplied. To create a column vector x1 from the elements of fourth row, first we should select the fourth row of the matrix by x bracket 4 comma colon. It will select the fourth row of the matrix, and we will make it transpose to create the column vector. And this is the column vector of the elements from the fourth row. To select the elements in the mth through nth columns, we write column comma m colon n, which will select the elements from 2 to 4. And this is the corresponding matrix. And 7 9 these are the elements in X. You can see this is 2 to 4. To create a submatrix, we use this, we write like this, where it will create a submatrix where it will select 2 to 4 rows and 1 2 3 columns. So this is the submatrix. To delete a row or a column, we use this. It will delete a row or a column. In this case, I will delete second row, and this is the final matrix where second row got deleted. To plot graph, we use plot function or stem function. To plot continuous graph, we use plot, and to plot discrete graph, we use stem. And this is the graph of some of the elementary signals. We created multiple graphs using subplot. We have 2 rows and 2 columns. On the first in the first graph, we have two signals, and one is sine signal and cos signals. We specify the signal using legend, which will specify the curves in the graph. This is exponential graph. This is unit step signal. This is a discrete graph, and this is ramp signal. We put the labels using X label and Y label. To add grids, we put grid on command. Axis right command is used to limit the y-axis for minimum to maximum. This will limit the graph. This is about plotting. To store variables in a file, we use save function. When we run the code, if you can see that some files are created. This is mat file. In this mat file, the variables a and b are stored. Similarly, in text file and XLS files, variables are also stored. We use to store ASCII value, we use ASCII command. ASCII command where the variables is stored in ASCII form. This is the ASCII form of the variables. To save a structure, we add a structure argument in the save function, which will save function to the new struct.mat file. And to add a variable to a saved file, we use append argument, which will join the C variable to the math file, which is here. Okay. And here write cell read cell command is used to store values in arrays of different data types. Here these are some of the variables I stored in A, and when we use write cell command, it will generate a text file. If you want some in other format, we can use like a.dat file, which will save in dat file, and we can access through read cell command, and this will store the result from this file to another variable. You can see from B the variables are printed. Similarly, we can also use write matrix read matrix method to write the matrix in a separated file. When we create a file, it will create a dot.txt file, and this a.txt file will store the a matrix. The read matrix file will copy the data from a text to b variable. If you see b variable, this is the matrix in b. Audio write and audio read functions are used to write and read some audio files. This is a inbuilt audio file. When we run the code, y and fs are the data of the handle.net file, where y is the data of the sound and fs is the sampling rate of the audio file, and we save the this audio to a file called audio wave. We can see that audio wave is created, and we can also audio read a file which will store the data and sampling rate to a and b. Here a and b is stored. I also have a custom mp3 file which audio read file will read the data of this file and assign the data to c and d. To express a quadratic equation with ABC, we use this command, and to solve it, we use solve method where we write the equation and also x it will solve and it will print the solution. This is the formula minus b plus or minus root of b square minus 4ac by 2a. This is the quadratic formula, and when we run the code, and this is the solution 1 by 2 comma 1 by 2, and x1 x2 are also the same value. These are the solution of the equation. To plot this curve, we use plot function, and when we run the code, this is the graph of the given equation. Now let me explain some commands used in matrices. This is replem command which will repeat the elements in the matrix. You see, a is some vector, and when we use replem function, it repeats the elements 3 times because we passed 3 argument here, and in D, when we pass 2 arguments, it will create a two-dimensional matrix, and it repeats the rows 3 times and columns 2 times for every element. Repmat is similar to replem, but matrix is repeated in this case. If you see, the matrix acts as submatrix in B and repeats 2 times in rows and 3 times in columns. I command is used to create identity matrix of dimensional 4. Zeros command is used to create a zero matrix where it contains all 0 elements. Ones command will create a matrix with every element as 1. Rand command will create a matrix with random values with values between 0 and 1. It will create a random of 4 by 4 matrix. Reshape command is used to reshape some matrix. Suppose we have a matrix A. This is a one-dimensional matrix. When we reshape into 2 by 5 matrix, it will become like this. In this case, the number of elements should be equal to number of rows into number of columns. Add command is used to join 2 matrices either horizontally or vertically. When we pass 2, it will join horizontally. As you can see, this is matrix A, this is matrix B, and it joins horizontally, and here it joins vertically. We can use, instead of this, we can use hoscat vertcat method, which will do the same thing. Diag command is used in 2 ways. We can either create a diagonal matrix with a vector, or we can extract the elements in a diagonal. As you can see, in case of A, it created a diagonal matrix. In case of this, it extracted diagonal elements 159. Block diagonal is similar to diag, but here the matrices will act as element. And when you run the code, here A and B are 2 matrices. This will make C is a new matrix where A and B act as submatrices, and it's in diagonal. Flip LR function is used to flip a matrix left to right. This is a matrix, and flip LR command function made the matrix flip left to right. Similarly, flip UD will flip upside down. Rotate 90 degrees function will rotate the matrix counterclockwise 90 degrees. REL function will create a lower triangular matrix. This is a matrix A, and B is lower triangular matrix. The rest of these are 0, and try U function will create upper triangular matrix. Permute function will switch the dimensions of array. In this case, it switched rows into columns. This is useful in 3-dimensional matrices. Shift function is used to shift rows or columns. Here I shifted rows into 2 times and columns 1 time, and this is the final matrix. Length function will give us the maximum number of rows or columns in the matrix. Size functions says the how many rows and how many columns are there in the matrix. Ndims function will provide the how many dimensions are there in the matrix. This is a 2 by 2. This is 2-dimensional matrix, so it printed 2. Numeral function will determine number of elements in the matrix, and isEmpty function determines whether the matrix is empty or not. If it is empty, it will print the logical number 1, but in this case it is not empty, so it returns 0, which is false. Now let me explain some loops. Loops are used to repeat the commands. Here this is the syntax of while loop. When I run the code, this function is repeated 10 times, and this is the increment operator. This should be used, otherwise it will be an infinite loop. This is a for loop. This will be displayed until I is from 0 to 9. When I run the code, similarly it will display hello many times. Nested for loop is used to create a loop inside a loop. If you see, every number is repeated that many times of that number, because we use it nested for loop. Continue statement is used to skip the commands after the continue statement in the for loop. When we run the code, it will only, this command will be only used. This will not be displayed. Break command is used to break the loop at some point. When we run the code for I is equal to 1, it will display 1 and hello. After it breaks the code, and the code will be completed. If statement is used to run a code if something is true or something is false. In this case, if A is equal to true, this will be displayed. If not, this won't be displayed. So when I run the code, A is equal to true, so value of A is 3. This is not displayed. Else statement is used to run a default command. Here this is not true, so this will be run. So when I run the code, value of A is not 3. Else if when we add else if statement, it is used to check multiple conditions. If you see here A is equal to 1, it will check if A is equal to 3, this is false, so it won't be run. So this will be run because A is equal to 1. So when I run a value of A, this will be run. Nested if is used. It is also used to check multiple conditions. It will check if this is true, this will be executed. If this is not, it will skip to this part. And so in this case, in this we added another if else statement. So here A is not less than 10, so this will be executed. So A is an even integer and equal to greater than or equal to 10. Switch statement is similar to if else, but we can use to simplify the case like this. When n is equal to 4, we switch n with this many cases. So when n is equal to 4, this will be executed. So when I run the code, Wednesday. Otherwise is used to display some default one. When this will display error when these are not true. Similarly, nested switch statement is used to check multiple values condition. Here if A is 1, it will check this, but A is 2, so it will skip to this. And here another switch statement, it will check the value of B, and if this is 1, so this will be displayed. So when I run the code, A is equal to 2, B is equal to 1 will be displayed. And that's all, and thank you.